It's the stage where grand masters collide. Every move critical in their quest for a shot at the ultimate prize. On this night, strategy is paramount, flawless execution essential, and every move holds the outcome in balance.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ready now? Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
They are both playoff proven tough and capable of the extraordinary, and now meet for the second time in 5 weeks, with the stakes this time immense. The New York Jets, molded in the image of their coach, fearless, brash, attacking from all angles, with a second straight shot to make their mark. The Pittsburgh Steelers, with their hard-hitting defense, relentless, intimidating, opportunistic. And it's big play gunslinger, seeking his 3rd crown. The board is set. Checkmate. Games Super Bowl 45.
Welcome, everyone. Verizon, the official wireless service provider of the NFL, takes you first on the field, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, all set for the AFC title game. The Jets and the Steelers, the last piece of the puzzle, with the winner to take on Green Bay in Super Bowl 45. And hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms, all excited for this one. We were here 5 weeks ago. Little did we know that would be the AFC Championship matchup when we saw it that time. But when we were meeting with the Steelers on Friday, Phil, Mike Tomlin said something that put it all in perspective for you.
He says, I'm going to tell you something about this game. This is why America is going to love what they see today, because it's about physical play. Who's going to be the toughest? No gadgets, no tricks. We'll find out. And, of course, we talked to Rex Ryan last night, and he said about his football team, we are battle tested. We had to fight through the season, win close games. We had tough games in the playoffs. When this game is over today, everybody in America will see we are the toughest, the most physical, and of course in Rex Ryan fashion, he said we will win.
Well, the weather, Phil, it is 15 with a wind chill of 5 and light breezes. Just what you would expect this time of year in Pittsburgh. To honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please stand and welcome award-winning Big Machine Republic recording artist Martina McBride. Ladies and gentlemen,
And now, to honor America, the singing of our
please
national
stand
anthem,
for the national
Big
anthem.
Machine Republic recording
Martina
artist
McBride.
Martina McBride.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that
Jets have won the toss here and have deferred. They'll be kicking to Pittsburgh when we come back. Tonight's game is brought to you in Sony High Definition, coming up here on CBS. Playing for the Lamar Hunt Trophy, the Jets and the Steelers. And let's go down to the field to Steve Tasker.
Coach, 5 weeks ago, the Jets came into Heinz Field and walked out with a win. What has to be different today for you guys to turn the tables?
It's not about what, it's more about the quality of our work. We got to execute at a higher level than we did 5 weeks ago, and we can't let emotions take over.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Jim.
All right, thank you, Steve. What do you believe these teams learned from that experience 5 weeks ago?
Well, I think this is what's happened, Jim, as we talk to the players and coaches. I think on both teams, they feel more confident because they understand what they're up against, where before there were a lot of unanswered questions.
So the Jets defer, and Antonio Brown, who had that sensational catch a week ago, is set to return. He had an 89-yard run back for a touchdown, the first time he ever touched the football in the NFL. It was week 2 on a reverse on the kick against Tennessee. Nick Foot sends it down his way, and we're going to find out Green Bay's opponent in the Super Bowl. Brown, and a nice little gap and a good run back out to about the 34, where he's brought down by Lance Lowry. 23-yard run back. For the 4th time in his 7 seasons, Roethlisberger's in the AFC title game. He lost as a rookie, then won his 2nd season on his way to winning the Super Bowl, and then 2 years back defeated the Ravens. 2 crowns for Ben. His offensive line has the rookie Pouncey, Pro Bowler, yet another outstanding center, a distinguished list through the years at Pittsburgh. And Mike Wallace, the last time, should they play Green Bay, the last time the Steelers faced the Packers was last year. Wallace won it on the game's final play in a shootout over Green Bay, 37-36. They open up with 3 tight ends. They pitch it to Mendenhall, and there's not much there. Just a yard. The Jets defense, including Revis, coming up to make the stop, and Bart Scott as well. That Jets defensive front, great play out of Buha and DeVito, and how about Ellis last week? All over Brady, a couple of sacks in that game. And the linebacking group, Scott, he's in on the first tackle, knows the Steeler bunch well from all of his years in Baltimore. And the secondary, Phil, the matchup you're looking for, most of all, Cromartie on Wallace. 2nd down and 9. They're going to fake the handoff to Mendenhall and hit Hines Ward. And brought down by David Harris, short of the first, picks up about 7.
Well, with all of his experience, Ben Roethlisberger, you're a coach, you even want to get him off to a good start. Give him a play that's easy to execute. So they put him on, put him in motion. Hines Ward comes underneath. That's what Hines Ward, that's what he is. He's the guy that can get all the little tough catches inside and get those extra yards. Good job by David Harris bringing down Hines Ward.
The tackle sets up a 3rd and 2. 6 defensive backs in for the Jets. And 5 wide for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, 5 wide receivers, no tight end.
And a whistle first. Ed Hockley's the referee.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Well, you say, how can you have a delay of game, 3rd play? Well, here's why. Because you're playing the New York Jets, you're Ben Roethlisberger, you got 5 wide receivers, and Jim, you want to know where everybody's at because you're nervous about what? Here comes a blitz, maybe. I want to be ready for it.
Mike Tomlin hired as the coach 4 years ago yesterday, and already the youngest to ever lead a team to a Super Bowl win. To be the first to ever take 2 teams to the Super Bowl under the age of 40. Weldy Moore comes in on 3rd and 7, and that ball's dropped. There is a flag. Sanders was the target. Cromartie on the coverage.
Before the pass was thrown, illegal hands to the face, defense number 31. That's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and an automatic first down.
So the infraction on Cromartie gives the Steelers the first down.
On the outside, this time they have Antonio Cromartie grabs the face mask of Sanders coming underneath and grabs the jersey too. What you want to watch today is the officials are a big part of this game. Are they going to let them hold and grab on the outside of these receivers, or are they going to let them play? Last time they played, they let everything go.
Cromartie back on Wallace at the top of your screen on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger looks right and throws middle. Tough throw, and it's incomplete. Bounced in there to Matt Spaeth. Spaeth was his target at the end of the game on a couple of occasions when the Jets beat him here December 19th.
Well, I think it caught Roethlisberger by surprise. You know, the Jets have changed up a little here in the last few weeks, and a little since he has seen them. They play more zone coverage, so you have to go back, read the defense, and go from one receiver to the next. When they play all that man-to-man coverage and blitz, you figure that you throw to one guy. So it took him longer. That's why he had pressure.
And Sean Ellis breaking the pocket early as he did last week in Foxborough. 2nd down and 10. And it's Mendenhall. He cuts back middle and takes it out to about the 47. Picks up 4. All right, Phil, how do you see it? Your philosophy?
Well, I know the Steelers, they believe they will see blitz pressure. Here's Ben. The blitzer's to his left. He's looking at them, and all of a sudden from his right side comes Antonio Cromartie. But he goes with the old pump fake. You can't go for those. Ducks under and gets the completion. But the Jets do a tremendous job of disguising their defenses. Do you think they're blitzing to your right? Nope. It comes from the other side. It causes sacks and fumbles.
Isaac Redmond flanking the quarterback. It's a 3rd and 6. The 2 rookie receivers, Brown and Sanders, are in the game too. As Roethlisberger has an open man, and Cromartie shoves him back. Now the forward progress is good enough for the first. Wallace with the grab. Cromartie's unhappy with the spot.
He should be. If they give him the first down, it'll be interesting to see what we can pick up, Jim. Maybe you challenge this. Well, on a replay, looking at the yellow line, it looks very close.
And that was Wallace with the catch. Cromartie on the coverage. And why was that such an important matchup going in? You've been talking that all week.
Well, I have. It's just because the way the Jets played the Steelers the last time, Antonio Cromartie just took Mike Wallace and covered him the whole game, basically one-on-one. And there was a lot of fighting, a lot of hand jostling, and I thought Antonio Cromartie got away with quite a bit of it.
Got the first down. In Jet territory at the 48.
Yeah, you know, I was watching the marker closest to us. That's the unofficial marker. It's to the top of the screen, and that is an excellent mark. Catches it, possession. It's past the mark that we see on the field. But today, Jim, to finish the remark, Mike Wallace is going to have, I think, more opportunities to go down the field and do different things against Antonio Cromartie, and also formations. Can they help him out, get him free down the field before he gets hit?
He's lined up to the left. First down, Steelers. Roethlisberger now rolls to Mendenhall, who picks up a big chunk before DeVito ends it. A gain of 8. And he's hurt. Roethlisberger hobbling.
He might have got hit on the thigh and got one of those Charlie horses. It's one of the reasons why the NFL is going to make all the players in the league next year wear thigh pads. On the option, makes the pitch. Calvin Pace's knee hits him right in the left thigh.
There is a late flag now.
There was no foul for an ineligible downfield because it was a backward pass. No foul, 2nd down.
Ball at the 39. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Watch the left knee of Calvin Pace. Ooh, right in the left thigh.
Roethlisberger battling laryngitis up through Friday. With Steve Tasker down on the sideline reporting that Ben appeared to be okay in the warm-ups. And 2nd and 2, they'll go up middle, then cutting outside. Mendenhall showing that quickness and power and gets near the first. The mark looks like it's about a foot short. That was Revis coming up along with Trevor Price.
Well, you're right, Jim. When Ben Roethlisberger came into our meeting Friday, I thought he was kidding us. He goes, I can't talk. And I thought he was kidding. I said, oh, that's pretty funny. And he goes, no, he's serious. And it made sense. Because when we watched practice, they went with all silent snap counts. And Byron Leftwich, the backup quarterback, went in the huddle and called the plays for him.
Well, the mark actually gives the Steelers the first down. So they've got another new set from the 38. And they go back to the three tight end formation. And again, Mendenhall showing that elusiveness and able to make something out of nothing. Eric Smith finally, with Revis's assists, holds it to a 9-yard gain, breaking out of what looked like a tackle for a loss.
Well, when you talk about Rashard Mendenhall, you're right. The Jets get penetration. Sione Buha, David Harris, all of them coming across. They overrun it. The Steelers stay with their blocks. But Mendenhall truly is a running back that's all in one. He has the speed to go outside. You can see he can dance with the feet, make you miss. And you can tell by looking at him, he definitely has the power to break tackles if he has to.
He scratches out 8 yards. What could have been a negative play. Now inside the 30. They work him again. No, it's Redmond this time. And Redmond bulldozing for a first down. Isaac Redmond picks up 5.
Well, the Steelers this time, they just line up, Jim, and they just run right at the Jets defense. Heath Miller, number 83, gets a good block down. David Johnson, a tight end playing fullback. He leads it up in there, and Redmond, same type of runner. And Hines Ward gets in the action too.
Jets bring in a rookie just brought up from the practice squad, number 96, Martin Tavaseo. Roethlisberger looking long, open man, Miller dives and has it at the 3-yard line. Heath Miller with the catch.
Well, what they do, they cross the receivers. Mike Wallace goes down the middle, clears it out, and here comes Heath Miller, who did not play in the last game, comes across. He's wide open. Looks like he gets possession and makes the catch.
But the Jets still may want to challenge this
Here
one.
it comes.
21 yards is too big a play to let it go without a challenge. Look how long they've had the football, almost 7 minutes.
The Jets are challenging a ruling on the field that the pass was complete.
Heath Miller, who was inactive in that matchup 5 weeks ago against the Jets, was not back from a concussion. They'll review it. Was it a catch here in Pittsburgh?
Heath Miller coming across the field, absolutely gets possession of the football as he goes down. He's got it there. Does he lose it when he hits the ground? The football does hit, but arm is under it, very close. I think this is just going to be one of those. It's a judgment call. What will Ed Hockley see? Jim, we disagree. I say they'll say it's still a catch. You think it'll be incomplete?
It is about as close as you can come up with. It is really.
It's the Bert Emanuel catch, not quite, but close to it, that we saw in a championship game
Years ago, Tampa and St. Louis.
And it's one of the reasons why they changed the rule. The football could hit the field as long as you didn't lose possession of it. I don't see him writing anything down, so that.
It'll either be 1st and goal at the 2 or 2nd and 10.
The ball was moving. The receiver lost possession. The ball moved. The ball hit the ground. Therefore, the pass was incomplete. It will be 2nd down and 10 on the 23-yard line. And please reset the clock to 8:44. No timeouts are charged.
Here's what I think Ed saw. You're saying possession here, but there's the wiggle after it hits the ground right there. That's saying
That's where he said he lost possession. Yep. Okay.
By the way, Roethlisberger is still in pain.
Yeah, that no question. That knee to the thigh, we saw, Jim.
Again,
Calvin Pace. Oh, right on the thigh, almost near the hip. I had a few of those as a player. I wasn't near the runner, of course, that Ben Roethlisberger is. But not only is it hurt during the game, it hurts for about 4 or 5 weeks after it.
Well, they back it up now to the 23s for a 2nd and 10. Mendenhall, the running back. We'll go back to Richard, waiting. His pass break stop. More Jets waiting for him, including Brodney Poole. And a loss of 2. And down there on the sideline, what are you seeing, Steve Tasker, with Roethlisberger?
Well, right at the beginning of that challenge, Ben Roethlisberger came over to talk to Bruce Arians, the offensive coordinator, and he really struggled to walk. It's starting to tighten up. You can tell in this cold weather that bruise on his thigh caused him to come over and had to take 2 knees and stretched his thighs out the entire time they were in the challenge booth.
All right, thank you, Steve. 15 degrees, wind chill of 5. Meanwhile, it's a 3rd and 12 from the 25, and they go with this spy receiver formation. Roethlisberger steps up away from the pressure. He's going to tuck it under. Bad leg and all. He runs near the 1st. And it looks like he's got enough for it down at the 13.
Now, the fact that he went head first, it's where he finishes. It's not where he hits the ground. So as you watch him run, 5 wide receivers, Jets going all coverage, keeping the extra defenders in the middle. Calvin Pace is there. He slips. That allows Ben Roethlisberger to get those couple extra yards. And that's where the ball should stop. He's not down until he is touched. A quarterback has to go feet first to say that I'm giving myself up. Don't hit me.
Picks up 12 on 3rd and 12. And on 1st down, it's back to the ground with Mendenhall inside the 10 and to the 8. Picks up 5.
Well, you know, we talked about Mike Tomlin, the time of this drive. The Jets even complained that they controlled the ball on us. They thought they were going to stop that today. But Mike Tomlin, what did he say when Ben Roethlisberger couldn't talk on Friday?
He wasn't too worried about it.
Our team needs hurdles. We love hurdles. We like to make it. And he really meant it. He's got one here again today. It was quarterback's leg. Stayed well enough to let him perform the whole day.
Sanchez and that offense has been staying on that sideline for a long time. We're 17 minutes of real time. 8.5 minutes on the clock on this opening drive with a 2nd and 5. And Roethlisberger pumps once, pumps twice. Now throws, has a man down at the 1 with Hines Ward.
Looks like the center's down. Pouncey, the center, but Ben Roethlisberger did this last week. When he pumps, it makes the defense stop. Then he finds Hines Ward, just like last week, too, near the goal line.
Pouncey, the fine rookie center, is injured in an injury timeout. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms back at Heinz Field, and Pouncey can't put any weight on that left leg. The 1st-round pick out of Florida, who earned Pro Bowl honors in his rookie year and gets rolled under by Brian Thomas.
That's a shame. Such a good player, along with Keamatu, the left guard, Pouncey, those 2, I think, by far, best linemen for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You saw Doug Legursky comes in now to take over the center duties. 1st and goal from inside the 1. Mendenhall scored twice last week, and I think he broke the plane. He's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
What a drive by the Steelers. Rashard Mendenhall. Again, just like last week against the Baltimore Ravens. Contact, he's hit, but he has such a good base. Stays on balance, is able to fight forward and get that extra yard.
Had Bart Scott holding on to him.
Yeah, very good hit by Bart Scott, but not enough other. The Jets, not enough guys came around to make the 2nd hit to keep him from getting in the end zone.
Squeeze him in for the extra point.
And what a drive for Roethlisberger. His movement, the option play, the pitch.
7-0 Steelers. 9 minutes and 6 seconds. They keep it to open the game. And Mendenhall takes it the final yard. CBSSports.com experts hard at work breaking down this year's NFL draft. See which players your team might pick. Plus, get the latest mock drafts and more. All at CBSSports.com/ NFL draft. It's not looking good for Pouncey. And the Steelers 15 plays to cover the 66 yards. The 15 plays is the longest touchdown drive in the championship game since '98. Minnesota and Atlanta. Patry has the return here. And he's backed up at the 27. Hit by Mundy and others. Only a 12-yard run back with that cold shoulder and all. Sanchez and the Jets finally ready for a little business on the offensive side. Well, they've waited a long time to take a first snap, and it comes from the 27. With Tomlinson getting the start at running back. Sanchez batted down on his first throw.
Pittsburgh's defensive linemen, they know quick passes, you can't get there, raise your hands. And the last time they played, this Steeler defense was so upset because they said on first down we let them run it and we let them throw all those short passes to keep that offense in 3rd and 5 and less. Good job reacting to the quarterback.
Jets offense waited from kickoff to first snap 27 minutes. We talked with Sanchez last night about keeping his shoulder loose. They go run, and look at Harrison wrap up and toss back Tomlinson for no gain.
James Harrison, James Ferrier, talking to them. They are so upset about what they did in their run defense last time. And the Jets, they know it. The Jets said we caught him by surprise with a few runs, one an outside stretch, a few little gadgets on 3rd down. They know the running is going to be very, very tough today against the Steelers.
The Jets ran for more yards against the Steelers than any other team this season, 106 yards. 3rd down and 10. Nice throw. Sanchez guns it for the first to Patry out near the 40. Picks up 14.
Wonderful job of protection. Mark Sanchez sees the double coverage to his left. Look to his right. Nice pocket. Beautiful throwing lane. And Patry hooks up right between 2 defenders and Mark Sanchez. That'll give you some confidence. 3rd down, throwing it down the field. Power, accuracy.
Talked about that sore shoulder. It was injured in that game here on a hit by James Ferrier, December 19th.
Says it feels great.
One first down from the 41. Going for the long ball, and the flag is thrown. Raylan Edwards got tangled up with Ike Taylor and Ryan Clark. It's going to be a call against the Steelers secondary.
Illegal contact, pass interference, holding.
Before the pass was thrown, illegal contact, defense number 25. That's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and an automatic first down.
Well, you can tell it's cold down on the field. Just listen to Steve Tasker and Ed Hockley. But I really believe today when you watch this game, the Steelers, the last time they played, they crowded the line of scrimmage and they were daring the Jets and Mark Sanchez to throw it. They didn't take the bait. They stayed with the plan, but there's no doubt, or at least in my mind, I think today the Jets will throw the football down the field a lot more than they have in these first 2 playoff games.
Sean Green, the running back. They go with him. Off right guard, he's stacked up and squirms for a couple. The last time they were here, Sanchez was under fire coming off a poor loss against Miami. He was being threatened to be benched, but boy, did he respond that day. And of course, he's got those 4 playoff wins in his first 2 years, all on the road. That line coached by Bill Callahan, a man who coached the Raiders to a Super Bowl back in the 02 season. And Holmes again returns back to Pittsburgh, where he played his first 4 years, was a first-round pick and a Super Bowl MVP before jettisoned for a 5th-round pick last month. 2nd down and 8. Again, bodies tangled, and another flag. It's Holmes and Taylor. They're really close pals, but it's going to be a flag, and it looks like on Taylor.
Well, Jim, we said the last time they played.
Pass interference, defense number 25. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Last time they played, both defenses got away with a lot of hand fighting and really pass interference. Contact too far down the field and holding. That's 24. Ike Taylor, of course, on the hold. But if the Jets, if they have success making the Steelers think that they're going to throw it outside and down the field, it might open up some running lanes.
First down from the 43, and that's Tomlinson for one, maybe two. That Steeler defense, number one in so many different ways. Dick LeBeau's defense. Kiesel's going to the Pro Bowl. What a year he's had. And Woodley in the postseason, as he had some sacks, 9 in 5 games. Ferrier was originally in the league as a Jet first-rounder. And Polamalu, been well documented all week. He missed that first game against the Jets in December with an Achilles and ankle injury. There's Dick LeBeau, one into the Hall of Fame back in August. Remarkable numbers again by his defense. That makes the play here. William Gay this time is the one who knocks it down, but has another flag on the field.
Before the ball was snapped. False start. Austin's number 17. It's a 5-yard penalty, and it's second down.
So forget the play and the flag against the Jets.
Well, I got to say, I'm not surprised by these blitzes by the Pittsburgh Steelers. We've already kind of said the way they played the last time, they were really upset about it. Just giving the Jets some first downs at big moments. And just by watching them practice, too, Jim, you were there. All the movement, all the different looks. I just turned to you and said, man, I'm glad I'm not a quarterback anymore. How do you figure it out?
2nd and 13. He had time, now fires it and knocked down by Lawrence Timmons. Ben Hartsock was the target.
Well, the initial pass protection for Mark Sanchez is very good. Plenty of time to look down the field, but as he looks outside, he looks at the curl. You're the quarterback. See how well covered they are to the outside? And then off balance. Sanchez can make all the throws, too. When he's moving, no matter what kind of pressure he is under.
He's got another 3rd and long, 3rd and 13.
Nobody with their hand down. One now.
It's an over the country quickly, and the Steelers have not well defended with Taylor and Ferrier. And that'll bring out Weatherford to punt. Only a 4-yard pickup.
Still a very good, I think, offensive series for the Jets, Jim. It gave their quarterback confidence. The offensive line knows they can block them to give him time. And they changed field position.
Randall L. stands at the 10. Weatherford had a big game here 5 weeks ago. He's been sketchy so far in the playoffs. And Randall L. feels it as he goes out of bounds. He's spotted at the 13. 31-yard punt. 7-0 Steelers, first quarter. Next Sunday, the NFL Pro Bowl live from Aloha Stadium. The first Pro Bowl ever played was 40 years ago tomorrow at the LA Coliseum. Mel Renfro, the Cowboys returned 2 punts for touchdowns, was the game's MVP. Jim Nantz back here in Pittsburgh with 2 men who also were MVPs in the Pro Bowl. Bill Sims and Steve Tasker both. As the Steelers will be taking over at the 13-yard line after a 15-play drive the first time they had it.
Yeah, it's a great drive. I'm going to go back to the Pro Bowl. I didn't get a car. I wonder if Steve got a car.
What did you get?
A handshake. Good job.
Makes the quick pass, goes back to Mendenhall's down a huge lane. And he's able to keep his balance for a first down carry of 11.
I call this play the Tony Romo drive. That's what it is. Where you look up, you fake the quick pass outside. Every team's doing it now. And then you run the draw. What it does, it stops the defensive line. They pause. Now the offensive linemen can be more aggressive. They get up into them. They can't get off the blocks. And boy, Rashard Mendenhall off to a good start.
Quickly out of the jam back at the 13 to the 24. Mendenhall getting a lot of work here in this first quarter. Already his 10th carry. That one's good for 2.
Well, you know, we'll talk about Rashard Mendenhall a lot today, Jim. And I remember 2 years ago, we were all excited to watch him play in Cincinnati. Talked to him in a meeting. Oh, he sings, he dances, it's all great. Mike Tomlin comes in. What does he say to us?
He's not going to be active today.
He made 2 mistakes in practice, and the young boy is going to have to learn to get it all right in practice before we let him come out here. So they've toughened him up, and it shows when you watch him play his running, blitz pickup, and just the mentality he plays with.
10 carries, 41 yards. Jets may have jumped. 2nd and 8. They've got Mendenhall on a screen, and Mendenhall breaks the tackle and finally collides with Eric Smith. He broke away from Rodney Poole and galloped for 17.
You see the flag thrown, don't stop. The Steelers did not stop. The Jets hesitated. I think Ben Roethlisberger wanted to throw it deep.
Offside, defense number 99. A penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
Using your snap count, very important. Jason Taylor, left in, drops right into the defense. And boy, again, Rashard Mendenhall in the open field.
That's going to end the first quarter. Pittsburgh 7, New York Jets nothing. And you're watching the NFL on CBS. We're back at Heinz Field. It's the 9th consecutive Jet playoff game in which they failed to score a touchdown in the first quarter, and they're behind for the 10th straight time in a playoff game. We start the second quarter. Jim Nantz and Steve Tasker with the Steelers at the 44-yard line and first down. Roethlisberger on the run, throws it, and Miller almost with a one-handed grab. We got an injury report. Steve, what is it?
Well, Marquise Pouncey came off the field in a lot of pain. It seems to be an ankle injury. His return is questionable, and the word spread around that Steelers sideline. You could tell every single Steeler on the sideline went over and touched him to let him know they were thinking about him. But Marquise Pouncey is questionable.
So valuable to the team. A rookie that's played so well. Antonio Cromartie limping around, but he'll walk it off. But the center, Pouncey, able to get up, block linebackers. I don't know if Legursky is athletic enough to get that done.
And let's see Legursky here on the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Perfect snap to Roethlisberger, and across the middle almost picked Harris, who had that huge interception a week ago. The flag's out. Eric Smith hitting Emmanuel Sanders. Sanders jumps to his feet.
Well, last week, the Jets, this Jet defense, so much success.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness defense, number 33. Unnecessary roughness against the defenseless receiver. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
That's Eric Smith. There's the throw, David Harris.
Oh,
and it's the hit high to a defenseless receiver around the shoulder pads, the helmet. They're going to call that. Before he's able to get a couple steps, can't defend himself, they're going to throw that. But this Jets defense, last week, they were physical at the line of scrimmage. Their linebackers hit the receivers coming across the middle. It's not the same against the Steelers because they go down the field more than across it.
It's a first down at the 41. And Mendenhall takes it into the middle of the line, twisting and fighting for every yard. It's been the same thing almost every carry, 7 yards this time.
Well, when you watch this run, the blocking up front, oh, nice job by Foster. Right guard gets a good block. David Johnson, again, coming out of the backfield as a fullback is an excellent. Legursky tries to get in there. But Rashard Mendenhall, it's his tough running, breaking the tackles, getting those 2 and 3 extra yards makes a big difference.
Already has more yardage than he ran for last week against the Ravens. He was 20 for 46. A couple of touchdowns against the Ravens. He's got one already here. And he's got another carry. And again, able to fight for a couple. It'll set up 3rd and 1. Mendenhall, the third-year man out of Illinois, who was their first rounder back in 08.
And good out of the backfield. You have to watch him. And then down on the goal line, he's proven all year long. They're always looking for role players on the Steelers, but Rashard Mendenhall running so well. It used to be they took him out sometimes near the goal line. Not anymore.
Now they bring in Isaac Redmond into the backfield. Line up David Johnson. Back up tight end as the fullback on 3rd and a yard. It's Redmond. And the Jets defend it. The Jets stack them up, including Mike DeVito.
Well, again, they know the situation. 3rd and short. Go to the left side. Came on to your best run blocker is the left guard.
4th and a yard, and Ben's going to bring him to the line quickly.
Play the quarterback sneak.
Oh, the officials called for a measurement.
We're going to measure.
We're trying to hurry to the line.
Last week, the Patriots tried to run in obvious running situations up the middle. It's tough to do against this Jets defense. You talk about Mike DeVito, Sean Ellis, Sione Bauha. We don't say their name enough. They take care of the offensive linemen. They let the linebackers make the tackles and be the stars. Wow.
Not even necessary for a measurement. It was clearly evident it was a yard short.
Lost yardage.
Look at Roethlisberger's reaction when the officials called for the chain gang.
Well, I don't know. Usually, Jim, when you hurry up like that, you're going to try to get a quarterback sneak on a quick count. The Steelers do it. That was too much yardage to try to get on a quick count quarterback sneak.
Keep the offensive unit out there, Phil, instead of a 50-yard field goal.
Absolutely. Steve Tasker told us, we watched it before the game. Both kickers struggled with the cold weather. And when you get inside about the 40-yard line, you think about it. 4-down territory.
They have both Redmond and Mendenhall in the backfield.
Everybody up for the Jets on the defense.
4th and a full yard. Gonna throw for it, and it's intercepted. It bounced off the fingertips of the Steelers. And coming up with the pick is Brian Thomas. It was off of the hands of Mendenhall. Jets take over. Well, the Jets last week broke the long all-time record interception streak of Tom Brady's, and that right there was Ben Roethlisberger's first interception thrown in his last 198 passes. On 1st and 10, end around with Cotchery. James Harrison sticking with him, and Ike Taylor helps out for a big loss. Sets him back about 4.
Great play by James Harris. Go back and look at the 4th and 1. Look at the Jets defense. Everybody up, playing the situation. It's going to be a screen to number 34. Even if it's complete, look how fast they closed. Excellent job by the Jets defense. Rex Ryan, knowing the situation, puts them all up there, outnumbers you, makes it hard to execute the play.
Robert Turner comes in for reinforcement on the Jets offensive line. Green is the running back. And the Steelers say there was a flinch by Ferguson.
False start. Offense, number 60. 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
All the way back to 2nd and 19 now.
Well, you know, it's just a little tiny movement. Bottom of your screen. They both just kind of flinched backwards. He showed it in slow motion, but when you're an official or you're a defensive player, pretty easy to pick it up.
Second false start of the game for the Jets. Again, 2nd and 19. Sanchez from the pocket gets a little bit of it back with Dustin Keller, the Jets' leading receiver on the season. With NFL Audio Pass, you can listen to the playoffs, the Pro Bowl, and Super Bowl 45 live online. For special playoff offers, go to NFL.com/. YouTube.com/audio pass or search NFL audio pass.
Well, a couple situations already in this game. The Steelers could not get the Jets in these 3rd and longs, and that's why, of course, both defenses live for, so they can all stand around and confuse you and try to get a big play with the blitz.
3rd and 13. Pick up the blitz and is dropped. Contrary was cutting across the middle.
You said it right. The blitz was picked up once again. Excellent protection, but the coverage down the field. I think the Steelers are saying again in this game, just like they did last time. Contrary open, not going to get the first down, most likely, though, after he makes the catch.
He had separation on McFadden, who's not 100%, playing with a hip injury. Weatherford back out for his second punt. Off the side of the foot. He said he's been shaky these first couple of playoff games after a really solid regular season. He's lost his confidence. That's 29 yards. Steelers will take over near the 40, up 7. Midlife Blimp providing a look at the beautiful downtown area of Pittsburgh. Named for the 3rd time in 7 years America's most livable city by The Economist, including last year. Heinz Field and PNC Park right here in the downtown area. And what a scene it's been here so far tonight. It is AFC Championship game with the Steelers up 7-0. On first down, going for the big ball. And incomplete, looking for Wallace, and it hung in the air for a while, which gave Revis the time to make the play on it.
Well, Mike Wallace always says there's no way you can overthrow me, but Darrelle Revis this time, maybe he's on Mike Wallace because we saw Antonio Cromartie limping. And we know about Mike Wallace, one of the fastest receivers in the NFL. Darrelle Revis just tracking the football the whole time. Drops a pretty easy interception for him.
Revis, a Pittsburgh kid, area kid from Aliquippa. Went Dicta's high school as well in Ty Law. 2nd down and 10. And Mendenhall just shakes off an attempted tackle. It's Revis who has the angle and shoves him out. But Mendenhall has been the story in this first half.
He sure has. It's a run. It's just meant to just go off tackle. But the Steelers get in a bunch to the outside. It confuses the Jets a little bit. It makes them passive because they're worried about the run. And it allows Rashard Mendenhall to get outside. The formations by the Steelers, when they bunch the receivers together, it's always a big worry in the passing game. But unlike, look at the 3 receivers, look at the blocking. Davis Harris can't get off fast enough. Mendenhall fast enough to get outside.
And gets 35 yards, already up to an 85-yard total. And a timeout
Pittsburgh
by the
That's
Steelers.
their first.
Driving again thanks to Mendenhall at the Jet 27 and a timeout. Now the weather here, it's 13 degrees now. It's dropped to a wind chill of 4. But not a bother at all to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mendenhall sits out this snap. First down at the Jets 27. It's Redmond. And he's running hard also. That was Drew Coleman who held on.
You know, it's a nice cutback, but if you watch it, the play is supposed to go to the right. But watch the left tackle. There's Jonathan Scott, the top of your screen, and then Chris Keomatu. They blocked so well on the backside that nothing here. Look at him pushing him to the top of the screen to the right. And now, okay, everybody engaged. He cuts it back. Nobody there to stop the run.
Pittsburgh has 111 yards rushing. Still got more than 9 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd and 2. It's Redmond again. Got the first down. Spinning free. Driving the legs and churning down to the 6. Broke away from Sione Bua for 13.
Jets defense, 2nd and 2. They are playing run. Look at this. You don't see that too often in the NFL in that situation, but they still get blocked. And if one thing Rex Ryan learned from his father, Buddy Ryan, it's they want to stop the run first and foremost. Again, look at Chris Keomatu. Mike DeVito can't get away. And then runners will block them. You break a tackle. That gives you a big play.
Mendenhall back in. 1st and goal. 56 yards on this drive so far. All on the ground. They stay on the ground. Mendenhall. And he's walloped after a run of 1. When we met with Bruce Arians, as we always do before the Steeler games, he's their offensive coordinator. He said about running on the New York Jets, if you can run it on Rex, you can run it on anyone.
Well, he understands. He's gone against him so many times. Of course, Rex Ryan, defensive coordinator down in Baltimore, but he just knows what type of team that Rex likes to have, period. And his defense, he expects him to blitz, and he knows they're going to be good against the run, like you said, Jim.
2nd and goal. Weaves to the 1. And that's Miller pushing back Brian Thomas deep into the end zone.
This team is so different when it comes to the running game. They've been doing it ever since Bill Cowher. Hines Ward, a wide receiver, he comes in and gets a block. Look at everybody, body on a body, and then the running back can just kind of pick the last spot. Well, look at Heath Miller, just keeps going. Play's not over.
But it's a 3rd and goal now from the 2. It's been all running to get to this point, to the 2.
Well, they say in a fight, protect yourself at all times. Same on this field. Don't stop until you hear the whistle, then keep going for another 2nd.
Another timeout called by the Steelers.
Timeout Pittsburgh. That's their 2nd.
3rd down play from the 2 coming up. To Mansfield Sims. Steve Tasker, 3rd and goal coming up. A drive that began at the Steelers 38 and all running yards to this point.
Jets 3rd in the NFL during the season against the rush. Steelers 11th in rushing. They just don't line up and running on everybody.
Well, they're doing it tonight. Redmond flanking Roethlisberger from the gun. Incomplete.
Got lucky.
Very congested area he was throwing into. Eric Smith got a hand on it.
Yeah, it was. Darrelle Revis is on the receiver going up the field. Hines Ward. He switches. It's not Hines Ward, but what a job by Darrelle Revis. He leaves his guy, Hines Ward. Eric Smith knocks it down. You see the defender behind? If that football's knocked down, Darrelle Revis is right there.
Would have been a pick. Would have been a pick.
Would have been a really good chance of one, that's for sure.
20-yard field goal try coming up for Sean Sweezen. Took over for Jeff Reed during the season, and he's good from 20 to make it 10-0 Pittsburgh.
Good stand. All right, here's Eric Smith. He knocks it down, but watch Darrelle Revis leave his guy and then get in the throwing lane too. And if this ball's knocked down, Darrelle Revis, it's going to be right to him. And boy, good job by Eric Smith, 33, reading the quarterback, jumps up. And an awesome job by Darrelle Revis and Drew Coleman, kind of in and out, 2 receivers. And they had it well played.
He's throwing to Emmanuel Sanders. Never had a chance of getting there, as you said. If it wasn't for Smith, Revis would have had to look like a clean play on it.
Well, it's like Rick. Go ahead,
there is Brad Smith, who ran back the opening kickoff, going in the same direction back on December 19th. Of course, they're very leery of kicking to him, and the Jets will take it. That'll put the ball at the 40-yard line, kicking it out of bounds.
Boy, that'll take the air out of the
Kickoff
stadium.
illegally out of bounds. The receiving team will take the ball at the 40-yard line. 1st down.
Tonight after the game, a tsunami puts a crime scene in jeopardy. This is one wave you don't want to miss. You, Hawaii 5-0, and it's tonight, right after football, right here on America's #1 network.
Jets 10 plays, Steelers 30 plays already. The Jets said last time we never had the ball enough. I think they ran in the low 50s in total plays for the game.
Brad Smith lined up to the right, and they fake the end around with him. Goes Sean Green up the middle for 3. So that's now 25 total yards for the Jets in this game. And this is a Pittsburgh defense that last week held the Ravens to only 126 total yards.
Well, I think the Jets knew it was going to be tough sledding inside. And I'll just say this. One of their coaches said, we drafted Mark Sanchez. We knew we would be a running team. And when you can run it well, which they can, you get single coverage outside. Your quarterback's got to be able to throw to the sideline and take advantage of it.
On 2nd and 7, going to the sideline, and a miscommunication, it appears, with Braylon Edwards.
Well, the one thing I like about this play, he's in the shotgun, so the ball will not get batted down at the line of scrimmage by throwing it quick. And who knows who made the mistake. But Mark Sanchez, he told us last night, even last week, they made a few mental mistakes early in the game. It took them way too long to settle down and really start executing plays that were the difference in the game.
Well, this Jets offense needs to stay on the field. This could be another quick 3 and out. 3rd and 7. Sanchez incomplete. That ball was deflected there. Well, it looked like for a moment there the Jets thought there might be a flag. There is no flag.
No, James Harrison got the tip at the line of scrimmage, Jim. That's the 3rd tip football of the day. It's a blitz. Oh, no, that's Brett Kiesel. The defensive lineman dropping back that knocked it down. Linebackers blitz, defensive lineman drop back.
Sanchez was going to Cotchery, and here's Weatherford. And a line drive punt to Randall L. Changes directions twice, and he's brought down at the 34. Just a 35-yard punt. Wednesday on CBS, it's the Russian Mob versus New York's top cop. Tom Selleck stars in the hit drama Blue Bloods. A new episode on its new night. Selleck on Wednesday on CBS.
Well, you built this football team around the defense. Rex Ryan was hired. He created, of course, a personality with the New York Jets, and it starts with their defense, and the pressure is on them once again to keep this game in check.
We've seen so much of Mendenhall with 89 yards rushing, and Redmond running hard too, but this time it's Llewellyn Moore behind Roethlisberger. Good toss, and that may have been a backwards pass. Wallace unable to hold on to it. Flag down. Looks like they may have picked up the flag. They picked it up. Inadvertently fell out of the pocket.
You know, it's kind of interesting, Jim, watching this Jets defense. It's had tremendous success the first 2 games, but the Steelers, physical running the football. You got a quarterback that's hard to bring down. They do go down the field to throw it. If you blitz Ben Roethlisberger, you really, I think it's too risky to be too aggressive against him.
He's missed on his last 5 throws, including a pick. And he's going back up top again on 2nd and 10. If he can get away from the pressure, he's got an open man. And that's Miller to the Jets 42. Gains 23.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple play, but it just becomes a great play because the quarterback felt the pressure. And quarterbacks that can move, sometimes they're going to take their eyes down a little quicker down the field. And it's a good thing he did. The pressure was coming up the middle. He was in trouble, so he moves. The defense breaks down, and Heath Miller is wide open.
Mendenhall back in on 1st down. Picks up a couple more. Give him 3, actually, but this running game has been the difference maker, particularly Mendenhall. The touchdown. Redmond contributing.
I think, Jim, the big key here is of course, good blocking up front, but it's running backs who are breaking all the arm tackles. And you watch Rashard Mendenhall especially run, it looks like he's always leaning forward. Fast, big, lean forward. We'll break some arm tackles.
That 35-yard run he had on the last drive was the longest run allowed by the Jets all season. 2nd and 7. Roethlisberger comes in, and he's got his target. It's Sanders inside the 20, down at the 19, picks up 20.
Well, he's a wonderful route runner. The Steelers very happy about their receivers. And Sanders, bottom of your screen, look what they did. They stacked the receivers, one behind the other. Why do you do that? That's the reason why. This throw and catch, because the defender Jim has to drop back. Hard to determine which way is he going to go. Is he going to go inside? Quick break outside. That is Sanders' specialty, making the cuts.
Inside of 4 minutes, first half. Half dominated from the start by the Steelers with a 9-minute, 6-second drive to open it. Mendenhall does not give it back, holds on to it, and collects 3. Runs into Jason Taylor. So Roethlisberger already with 2 Super Bowl titles, and we asked him before that last Jet game, you know, how many do you see down the line? What's your goal? And he said, 1 more than anybody else.
That's a good answer. I think he said it right. He's not going to win passing titles. He's not going to be the MVP of the NFL. He just hopes to be part of a truly a tremendous organization that knows how to win these Super Bowl trophies.
2nd and 7. He's got all kinds of time. He's got an open man, Mendenhall. Snaps it at the 5 and trips. Was trying to figure out how to take on Cromartie, and he stumbled while making the move, but they got 1st and goal after the gain of 15.
Well, he's so hard to rush because you're worried he's going to move out of the pocket. The Jets got 4 guys coming in there, no pressure at all. He looks at everybody, and how he finds Mendenhall coming out of the backside of the formation. Well, that's experience and a lot of talent on his part.
I'll tell you, Cromartie's not known around the league as a great tackler. If he would have just taken him on, he would have had a very good chance of just overpowering him, even with all that size. 1st and goal. Roethlisberger rolling out. He's going to keep it. Open lane and touchdown. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Roethlisberger, 2 yards. Another Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, it's a good play design. Fake reverse, quarterback going out, rolling out. And there's 2 guys to cover. Look what it looks like from the top. Good coverage down the field, but no defender there to stop Ben Roethlisberger.
(17-0) at the 2-minute mark. Driving right down on the Jets again. Boy, you talk about an open lane. 17-zip. 58 of the 66 yards on that drive through the air. That's after the previous drive. They drove down for the field goal from 20 out, all on the ground.
On the ground, 58. Jim, we've done a lot of Steeler games. I've never seen the Steelers run the football this well as we're seeing so far in this championship game.
Well, it's almost like back to the Bill Cowher, Jerome Bettis era. This time they're going to see Brad Smith running from the 10, 20, 30. And held back. Battle on the tackle. Who's got the #1 new show, the #1 new comedy? That man right there, actually Billy Gardell. About that, Mike and Molly. He's a Pittsburgh native. He's revved up. The #1 new program, the #1 comedy overall, and the #1 drama. Only CBS, America's most watched network.
You know, that last drive, the Jet defense, you almost have to blame the Jets offense because of that. Not on the field, the Jet defense definitely showed the fatigue in the last drive, and a lot of times fatigue shows you can't stop the run.
Sanchez is decked. It's Woodley and Timmons both in on the play. The first 2 draft picks by Mike Tomlin when he took over. combine on the sack.
On the outside. Oh, it's Turner on the outside. And it's, again, they haven't played in known passing situations against the Jets. That's what they want. They have it now. And they finally got the outside pressure.
Woodley's had a sack in every postseason game of his career. Over the top and could have been picked. Going for Cotchery and in the area, Ryan Clark.
Well, what the Jets have really got to do here, Jim, is they got to find a way to get out of this first half
without giving up more.
Did not give more, because it's not out of your hands completely. Don't give it back to the Steelers in good field position. Nothing else. Make them use their last time out.
Third and 17. Hit when he throws it. Ball is out. That is William Gay picking it up. It may have been an incompletion. Gay is in for a touchdown. Sanchez is still down. He was hit by Ike Taylor. Gay ran it in. Was it perhaps an incompletion?
Well, we'll find out, but the football did not go forward. And Ike Taylor coming from the backside, two defensive backs blitzing.
I don't know. Looks like the arm was just going forward. There should be a review from up top.
Inside of 2 minutes.
Steelers are anxious to go ahead and launch the snapback and put it in the books, but the officials,
they're going to give them time to look
upstairs. We will review the ruling on the field that it was a fumble.
Boy, you could just feel that coming. You foreshadowed that, Phil. You could say that you just could sense there was a disaster on the way. Again, it's like the Miller challenge in the first quarter. It's about as close, open to really great interpretation. Taylor on the hit. Another issue here is Sanchez is on that sideline, and he's in a lot of pain.
Is the arm going forward? And, you know, as I watched that a few times, what it is, it's going down, so his arm is flexing. And in my opinion, it's not going forward. Look at the two blitzers off the side. Oh, that is a big hit Mark Sanchez takes.
It's William Gay. Scoops it up, takes it the rest of the way. Mark Brunell is already warming up. Sanchez.
Well, let's watch it, Jim. Let's see. The arm is going back. Now it's going to see. It's going to stay back there because it's going to kind of go behind him, as you can tell.
I think that's a pass.
You do?
I do. I think it's definitely starting forward.
I don't think Ed Hockley is going to know as much about the throw motion as I do. But
you don't think the hand's going forward?
No. The motion is, you think it's going forward because his arm is still going back and down. Watch it one more time. Is it there? Now it's going to sink down. See, it's not. It's falling behind him so he can whip it forward. It's close.
The ruling on the field is confirmed.
You got it.
That was a touchdown. The ball came loose before the hand started forward. It was a fumble.
Two touchdowns in 47 seconds. Sanchez is back up with a helmet on, ready to come back in for the last 113. But the Jets are getting swamped here, 24-0.
Mark Sanchez trying to get the first down. Let's just watch his facial expressions. Oh boy, it's a little bit of whiplash, pain. It's all there. You don't see the blitzers, Jim, coming from behind you. Of course, you can't see them behind you or feel them. Not much you can do.
Coming up, we've got the Sprint halftime report. We'll send it back to New York with JB, Dan, Shannon Boomer, Coach Cowher. Their take on the first half here and their recap of the NFC title game won by the Green Bay Packers. And head coach Mike McCarthy, a Pittsburgh native himself, is going to Dallas, taking his Packers with him. McCarthy grew up here in Pittsburgh, went to Bishop Boyle High School, actually in Greenfield, Pennsylvania.
Well, the Jets wish they'd have run the football now. Really, I thought they might run it to get rid of the last timeout, or nothing, just throw it short. But they called a play where the quarterback was going to hold it, and they were going to try to pick up that first down.
This one hugs the ground. Finally picked up by Turner. And the Jets have 3 timeouts in 1 minute and 8 seconds.
Well, now you're down 24-0. You come out here.
Well, look who's coming back out here. Biggest comeback in the playoffs all time for the Jets. 11 down at Cincinnati back in '83. We got another injured Jet, and it's Cotchery.
Middle of your screen.
He gets hit by from behind by Stevenson Sylvester, a rookie out of Utah.
He's a linebacker. The Steelers, they have the starting linebackers and a whole other core behind them waiting to play. Cotchery's okay. As you look at this, 1 minute 8 to go in the first half. You're the Jets now. It's gone bad, but you do have to go ahead and try to move the football here in this situation because of the score. But you be very careful. Maybe it's a draw, screen, whatever you could do to get it moving. To maybe get a field goal. If you do that, that would be, I know, 24-3 would be a big boost, and they get the football to start the second half. And this Steelers defense, Jim, just the energy they're playing with.
Well, they've held the Jets to 12 total yards. 12. It's hard to comprehend 29 minutes of football, including a touchdown forced by Taylor, scored by Gay.
Well, we said it, just the action of the players a little bit. When James Ferrier was talking to us, I kept asking him questions. He just kept looking forward and giving us really curt answers because they truly were upset about the last time they played the Jets.
Again, the Sprint halftime report coming up. We'll have their discussion on this first half performance, this Steeler juggernaut. Plus highlights from the NFC Championship game coming up on the Sprint halftime report. Like the only category where the Steelers weren't ranked #1 total yards allowed. They were second on the season, where the #1 scoring defense, #1 in sacks, #1 against the rush. Brad Smith now with Cotchery out, and you're going to see some action at wide receiver.
Steelers haven't even had 2 of their good defenders out a lot of times this year.
It's Keller. Makes the grab, and Woodley wrestles him down, picks up 4.
I know, I think the Jets are doing the right thing here. Try to get this down there. Just get a first down. Get some rhythm. Give your coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer, some options on what to call.
There's Brad Smith, and that's a first down and more. And he's out of bounds at the 50. Chased out by William Gay.
Stopped by Gay.
Excellent job. How about Sanchez? He's done it all year. Taking some big hits. He can just shake them off. I think I've answered the question so many times. The fact that he's from California and everybody thinks he's maybe going to lack some toughness, but throwing it beautifully there when he gets time.
As the first down of the quarter for the Jets, only their 4th of the game. Operating on the Pittsburgh side with 39 seconds. Pump fake, now throws. Smith has another grab, and he's good for 9.
Well, that was a good no throw at the start by Mark Sanchez. Troy Polamalu and Ryan Clark are trying to bait him into a throw where they can run for the interception, and so far he has not fallen into that trap.
Jets used their first timeout with 33 seconds, and you made this point. If you can put anything on the board here and you are going to get the second half kickoff, okay, that's the way you just got to inch along here mentally and confidence wise.
Yeah, that's right. You said it, confidence, and of course we're going to see a different Jet team in the second half, and we're going to see one that's, hey, they're going to come out with more energy, ready to fight, and they're going to change what they're doing on defense, Jim, that's for sure.
So far in this game as Nick Falk warms up, no catches for Santonio Holmes and Braylon Edwards.
And where they thought, and I thought it was going to be a huge part of the game, throwing it outside to these two receivers, non-factor so far. Of course, they haven't been on the field to do it.
2nd and 1, 33 seconds. Blitz picked up. Sanchez, almost intercepted by Timmons.
They were going for the score.
There's the flag.
Holding on the defense.
Before the pass was thrown, illegal contact, defense, number 20. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, and an automatic first down.
Balled on McFadden, puts the football at the Pittsburgh 34.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Bottom of your screen. It's going to be a little double move, a little fake. Oh, and he's got him. Good job by McFadden.
Roethlisberger reacting to what he thought was a opportunity for an interception. Wouldn't have mattered. Penalty on the Steeler defense. First down Jets. 28 seconds from the 34-yard line. The Jets need to use another one here, leaving them with one. College basketball next Saturday here on CBS. 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Summersville, Tubby Smith's Minnesota team taking on Purdue. Florida against Mississippi State, and then on Sunday, Duke and St. John's. Coach K, Steve Lavin, the Blue Devils, and the Red Storm on CBS.
Tell you what, I wonder if the Jets, after what they've seen, I know it's at the end of the half, and the defense is not aggressive, but maybe in the second half, you change it up. Your running game's not working. Maybe you come out in a hurry-up offense. Tire the Pittsburgh defense out.
This is their deepest penetration of the game. From the 24. Going to the end zone and almost intercepted again. It was Ike Taylor who had his fingertips on it. Throwing to Santonio Holmes with Sanchez.
Well, what did Ike Taylor say the last time? Top of your screen, they're going to go. Again, Mark Sanchez trying to look it off and go for the big play. Ike Taylor in awesome position the whole time. The last time they played, they're good friends. He goes, I dreamed about matching up against him every night. You're going to throw it down the field. Your receiver has got to go. It looked like he wasn't expecting the football.
Those two work out together in the offseason. 3rd and 1. Sanchez throws in the area of Edwards. And now they're going to go field goal here with 14 seconds on 4th and 1.
He'd like to get a few more yards in those last two plays. I thought, you know, as you see it always, well, would they sneak a run in there just to get themselves in good position or better position for the field goal try?
Folk has never missed in his career at Heinz Field, 4 of 4. He did miss from 30 last week. The week before that, he had the game winner against the Colts from 32. This is a 42-yard field goal attempt. Nick Folk, and that kick is good.
Kick is good.
They hit a fade in there.
They did. I thought it was going to go wide left and snuck it in just inside that left upright.
Look at it. I'll tell you, you know, you don't underplay this. It's a good feeling for the New York Jets. Nothing's gone right. But football definitely went left to right as it was up in the air, just snuck in inside. Yep.
That's good. How big is it for them to get something out of that. Points on the board.
Well, sure, you know, there's a lot of things. Listen to the crowd. It stopped them. The Jets getting the football in the second half. I'm anxious to see their approach on offense when they come out in the second half. Put the Pittsburgh defense, you know, put them on their heels a little. Come out in the 2-minute offense and just see how they react to it. Will they play soft like they did in that drive, or will they go back to being aggressive? And if they do that, that's okay too, because that will give you a chance at least to make a big play.
The Jets drove 44 yards in 1 minute and 4 seconds. This will get too much airtime from Folk. Squibs it and fallen on at the 33 by Spaeth. Well, when Roethlisberger won his first Super Bowl, it was his second season. They beat Seattle up in Detroit to win it, but on their way there, they beat Denver in the AFC title game. And Roethlisberger and the Steelers led in that game at halftime, 24-3.
Tell you the other thing, just watch him run out in the field. That Charlie horse he had in his left leg, definitely doesn't look like it's bothering him anymore.
He takes the knee to close out a most impressive first half. That's the end of the first half with the score: the Steelers 24 and the Jets 3. We'll be back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. Mendenhall got the game's first touchdown. Roethlisberger ran one in from 2 yards out. The defense scored as well. And you're watching the NFL on CBS.